Pixel phone first came out in October 2016 as Google's flagship phone. It became known for an amazing camera that is great in low light situations and stock Android with no bloatware, which slows down most Android phones, especially Samsung with a heavily customized Android operating system. The Google Pixel phone is now online for about $90 to $100. It's a great price, right? In this review, I'll go over the major pros and cons and whether I recommend buying the phone in 2020. The great thing about this phone is that the price is pretty low right now. In 2016, the starting price was $649. Now you can get it for $100 used on sites like Woot and Amazon. Google Pixel phone has really solid specs. Sporting a Snapdragon 821 with 4 gigabytes of RAM. Playing games, I had no issues, very minimal lag, and just using the operating system and scrolling through things, I had no issues, no lag. Everything was pretty smooth, especially with Android 10, so that was definitely a plus, even in 2020. The screen is very sharp at 441 ppi, and it's full HD at 1920 by 1080. So you can see like vivid details, colors. So I was really satisfied with the screen. On the top side of the phone is the Audiojack, which is no longer a part of many newer phones. So it's great that it's still here and that you can use your old headphones and accessories. This phone has Android 10, which is insane. For a phone that came out in 2016, 4 years later, it has the newest operating system. Most phones that are 1 year old or 2 years old, they are stuck on Android 9. So that this is clearly one of the benefits of having a Pixel phone, is that you get updates for at least 3 years. And so this phone has been updated from Nougat to Oreo to Pie and now Android 10. So it's a huge selling point for Pixel phones, and it gives it like an edge on every other Android phone. One of the main features that set this phone apart is this camera. It has night sight, which takes amazing low light photos, and it was recognized throughout that this camera is one of the best, if not the best, cameras in the smartphone market. So Google Pixel phones have the best cameras. Alright guys, now I'm going to go over why you should skip buying this phone. The battery on this phone is horrendous. I just downloaded AccuBattery to see where it was at. The health now is at 23%, which is ridiculous. And this probably would explain why that this phone at most will last 1 or 2 hours of usage. And I needed to recharge it like 5 or 6 times a day. It was just basically unusable. So that's why you should not get this phone. Like, the battery is 4 years old. It's been charged numerous times. It's not usable. This battery will not last you, at all. Replacing the battery on this phone is not cheap. I went to iFix's website and I looked at the price. It was $80. And that's pretty much the price of actually buying the phone itself, like a used version. So basically you're investing double that. So I feel like it's not worth it to buy this battery, and because you're gonna have to replace it. So like the price is doubled. So yeah, it's just not worth it. Another drawback is the design. Like, the bezels are huge. Now in 2020, you get like really small bezels, 18:9 aspect ratios. But if you look at this phone from 2016, like, the bezels are huge. You see it on the top and bottom. So it just looks really dated. The screen is 5 inches. Phones now have like at least 5.5-inch screens up to and over 6 inches. So like, the screen's small, and there's just like a lot of bezel. It feels like a wasted amount of space. In conclusion, I feel like you should not buy this phone unless you're comfortable with changing the battery, which can set you back $80. However, if you're comfortable doing this repair yourself, you can actually buy a kit online for $20 to $40. that's gonna require you to like melt the glue and to remove the screen. So if you're like a handy person and you can do that, then yeah, like that'll actually cut the cost to like $20 to $40, and so that's a better deal. I'm thinking most of you won't want to risk damaging the phone and you know, like melting the glue off the screen and prying the screen off to change the battery, and that or like you probably don't want to take this to a phone repair store and pay $80 to replace the battery. And so, you know, I mean, it's a great phone, but unfortunately I can't recommend that you buy this phone right now because there's just too many drawbacks. The battery sucks and it needs to be replaced. Anyways guys, hope you liked my video and that it'll save you the grief and money of buying this phone. Please hit subscribe and give this video a thumbs up to support the channel. Stay safe and see you guys in the next video.